Hey guys, it's Sam from Rad Junk. You guys have been asking for a shop tour, so let's do it. Come on in. So we've got a little bit of everything here, all the way from Atari to PS5 to some cheaper games to some cool and weird and expensive, which we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's take a look around at what we got. So we've got my centipede cabinet that Joe's never gonna fix for me. It's kind of just a display piece at this point. We got Fix It Felix, which normally we have on this cool Xbox kiosk that was in the GameStop in Destin. Our buddy Greg has had it in his garage for I don't know how many years that we traded him some NES games for. Over here is gonna be all of our cords and things that you need. It's a little wiped out because we've been super busy the past few days. Got some random toys over here. We don't do a ton of toys, but if it's cool enough, you know, we'll take them in and sell them. We got some vinyl too. Got a pile of things, Joe's things mostly. We got these cool Pokemon mirrors that we need to hang up. They're probably gonna go to the bar just because the walls here are a little bit difficult. Shout out to our buddy Pete who made these. Come back here, we got some Xbox games, you know, a lot of good stuff. This is gonna be everything under $20. So, you know, you can get anything from Halo to Scalar, the original Blue Dragon. See, we got some 360 stuff. You know, 360 is kind of getting hot right now, so there's a lot of good stuff that you can get for cheap before it gets expensive. Back here is our CRT wall. You know, we have these on for people to play and watch Ninja Turtles. This right here is our Pride and Joy. Got two NES TVs, one with feet, one without. No, they're not for sale. Quit asking. Got a PlayStation wall back here, but we'll come back to that. Over here, we've got a ton of $3 games. So, you know, if you want some sports games or, you know, there's a couple of random ones that aren't sports or, you know, 57 copies of Wii Fit. Those are $3. I got a bunch of $1 discs too. So, you know, you need some disc-only Connect games. This is the place. We've got PSP titles, got a ton of loose ones, and they're buy 4 get 1 free. Need to go in here. Got a ton of sealed UMD movies. So we had a guy trade in just a huge stack of them, and you know, most of these are $5 to $10. They're super cheap, even sealed. We've got a little bit of imports, not a ton right now, but you know, we do get them in. But, you know, we got a D2. It's a very much cheaper way to play that. I think the US copy is insanely expensive right now. So moving on, we've got some cheaper Dreamcast games. We've got some cheaper Master System games. A whole bin of Game Gear. You know, it's a good deal if you actually have a working Game Gear, or if you have the analog adapter. A few PC games. Not a huge focus here, but we do have some. And then we've got just a ton of Sega Genesis. So if you need some Genesis games, we've got so many, including the favorite Jennifer Capriati Tennis. It's a renovation title, so you know, it can't be that bad. Behind me, we've got a few pixel frames. We've got some strategy guides, just some kind of random stuff, cool things. And then our beautiful rack right here of Nintendo Powers. We have so many on this neat Resident Evil stickered rack, thanks to Mantel, our Resident Evil resident guy. I don't know, I messed that up. Here we've got so many Wii games. You can get a lot of decent Wii games for really cheap. And man, we sell a lot of Wii stuff. So look at Bust a Move Bash. You like puzzle games with your friends? This is it. We've got our GameCube section, cheaper GameCube section, which it stays pretty slim, I'll be real, because people they buy up GameCube. We get it in, but it sells super quick. But you know, we've got some good stuff over here. Mega Man Anniversary Collection. for $18, you can play, I think it's like 20 something Mega Man games on here. Maybe not. It's a lot of Mega Man games. We got some more random, it's mostly strategy guides, but you know, we do have some posters and a couple of random pops, like, you know, cool stuff over here. Over here we've got, you know, the really old stuff. So we've got Atari, some Intellivision, a few Amiga games. We've been, you know, selling quite a bit of Atari stuff lately because of the HD Atari console that people were getting, which works really well, by the way. We got one, and it's a way better way to play Atari games. The moment you've been waiting for, maybe, probably not, the PlayStation Wall. We've got a lot of PS1, PS2, PS3, and then PS4 and PS5. So, you know, you can get to Extreme, the original Tony Hawk, or you can get Tony Hawk Pro Skater, the superior Tony Hawk. Moving along, we've got a ton of PS2. That's also been really hot lately. Like, we can't hardly keep PS2s in stock. But, you know, a lot of good titles over here that just destroy all humans. I just saw it. There it is. Classic. Or, you know, get your Final Fantasy games for really cheap on PS2. We got a bunch of PS3. You know, you got your classics. You got your Dark Souls, your Last of Us, your Genji, for some reason, is spaced out. And then, you know, we also have a bunch of PS4 and some PS5. We don't get it. I think people aren't doing a ton of physical PS5, so we don't get a lot in, but we do have some. And then our Xbox One games as well. Here's our cases, but we'll get to those in a minute. So over here, we've got budget N64 titles. We have a ton of like good, cheap Super Nintendo games right now. You know, you can get the favorite, Mario is Missing. No, but really, you know, you got your Mortal Kombats, your Lion Kings, Jungle Book, all of those version platformers that are really good, underrated games. My favorites. Then it kind of bleeds into NES games a little bit, which again, you know, you can get a lot of good budget titles on the NES. We have a huge NES collector population out here, so we try to keep that pretty stocked, but we do sell a lot of NES stuff. Up here we've got tons of Amiibos, and just kidding, I know that they're called Amiibos, but just take that out.
No, we're leaving that in.
I don't want to leave that in.
Keep going.
I make the joke, and I always post them wrong when we do the post, and I feel like someone's gonna think I actually don't know what an Amiibo is. We got some collector's editions up here. Got a bunch of them in. You know, got some cool stuff. This one in particular, it's Raiden, which I don't know why this hasn't sold yet. All right, so now the moment you've actually been waiting for. The cases. Excuse my pile of trade-ins that I didn't get a chance to price yet. So we're gonna start here. This is the mostly PlayStation case. So we've got, you know, all of our $20 and up PS3, PS2, PS1, and some TurboGrafx, because it kind of doesn't really fit in with the rest of it. So there that is. We got this cool Square Millennium collection, which was a Japanese exclusive. It's got the game and a figure, but it's Xenogears. I guess I didn't say that. Over here, my stuff out of the way. We got our Sega case. So we've got, you know, some Saturn games, some Sega CD, a little bit of Dreamcast, and Master System, and a whole lot of Genesis. And we tend to get a lot of Genesis stuff in, not so much on Saturn and Sega CD. I think just you know, there's not a lot of it out there, but, you know, we do get some good stuff. I mean, we've got a Popful Mail, missing the manual, and we have an Albert Odyssey, so, you know, you want some shiny things. We got a couple of working designs. And then over here, everyone's favorite case is gonna be the mostly Nintendo case. So, you know, we've got some good NES games in here. Some less good, like Little Samson. Got some Virtual Boy. We had a complete set recently, but, you know, we've sold through a couple of those. You got your N64s, your Super Nintendos, you know, that's where all your Marios, your Donkey Kongs, that kind of stuff's gonna be. And then also Xbox, because that's just where it ended up. We've also got some GameCube stuff too. Again, we just cannot keep GameCube in stock, so it's a little slim. And then behind the counter, and just start back over this way, it's, you know, mostly our consoles and CIB stuff, but there is some weird stuff back there too. So we've got a couple of vinyls up there. There's Phantom Dust, there's a Skitchin vinyl, which is really cool. We've got some Sega consoles, Master System, Genesis, we've got a couple of Genesis minis, Intellivision, don't get those very often. And then moving along, we've got this really nice Watermelon Nintendo 64 that's complete in box. It's beautiful, come buy it. Usually right here we have NESs and Super Nintendos, which I need to put some out, because again, I got slammed yesterday. Bunch of CIB, NES games, ones that didn't make it into the case. There's some, you know, kind of cheapy Super Nintendo games below it, and then just a bunch of back stuff. Moving along to, we've got a bunch of good, complete N64 and Super Nintendo games, along with, you know, some consoles. We stay pretty stocked on N64s and Wii's just because we move them so well. We pretty much always have them. Oh, did you get a shot of that really nice complete Rob? It's beautiful. All right, and then next, we've got, he's got his hands, he works, he has all the pieces. He's very nice. So we also do some modern stuff. You know, we have a ton of Switch games in right now, and consoles. You know, we've got that really nice Pokemon Switch Lite too. And then below that's going to be our, you know, above $20 Wii and Wii U games. And then over here, we've got, you know, mostly more modern consoles. And that's going to be your 360s, your Xbox Ones, your, you know, PlayStation 3s and 4s. And, you know, PlayStation 1s, I guess. Just your Xbox and Sony section. And then over here, the rarest thing in the store, our Halo fridge. Thanks to Handsome Josh, he found this at a flea market, but this was a 7-Eleven giveaway, so there were only 25 of these ever made. So, one's right here, and you can get some Fallout Jones soda from it. All right, last, my favorite case, our handheld case. So we've got, you know, a ton of loose cart games. We've got Switch, 3DS, DS, Vita, you know, Game Boy Advance. There's a couple of Game Gear games in there, not too many. But we also have, you know, a decent amount of complete in box stuff. Our consoles are, you know, a little slim at the moment, but we do have them, and we do get them in often. So, yeah, got a lot of really good complete Game Boy stuff right now. Lots of nice Zelders if you need them. We also have some Neo Geo Pocket Colors. So we have two of them and we have a section, which is, I feel like, not usually a thing that we have. But yeah, this is the store. It's a little chaotic because that's just who we are here. I don't know how to finish this out. Thanks for coming on the tour with me, guys. If you saw any really rad stuff in here, comment below what the raddest thing you thought you saw was. If you like these kind of videos, we can keep doing them periodically. And if you also like them, hit the subscribe button. If you're in the Destin-Fort Walton area, make sure you come pay us a visit. We're open every day except Wednesday.
Time to get to work.